the commitment that not only our companies, but I believe every company within the Minnesota Telephone Alliance, or the MTA, has to its communities is significant. And one of the examples that I have as to how far our companies are willing to go to make sure that communications is never a stonewall to advancement or improvement within the community. We had, after the Hurricane Katrina down in Louisiana, there was a business that was hurt through that and needed to relocate. And in that process, several business leaders here in Fergus Falls went down, talked to them, submitted our proposal for what a building site may look like and what we could offer as far as help and employment, possibilities with one of the things is skill sets and things like that the community has to offer. They had a requirement that they wanted dual facility entrance, and what that means is they wanted a non-typical connection where there's a couple of different routes for fiber to come in, backup, redundancy, because one of the things that hurt them was when Katrina came through, their systems failed. They wanted to protect against that. So that was one of their major criteria in the last final rounds. These negotiations were happening in November. We met with our economic development folks and business folks here in the city of Fergus Falls. They made us aware of what that was. We said that will not be a barrier. We will put that dual entrance fiber facility into that. And as you know, in the state of Minnesota, in the beginning of December, the ground's a little stiff. It's more like concrete. But we spent the money and we put that fiber entrance in without any commitment of choosing that site or any thought to try to recover that cost if the site didn't happen. We just knew that we were not going to let that be the reason why that Fortune 500 company would not be interested in that Fergus Falls site. And lo and behold, in the end, we were able to win that site, and they've been here ever since. So I think they've been here 6 years now.
Our COW, or Cell on Wheels, it's a dual-masted satellite van, was used to uplink the Jingle Bells charity TV program from Lake Geneva's Bible Camp back to the UHF broadcasting. Now, last summer, Alexandria, the city of Alexandria, lost its last local TV station. Local news program is gone. There's a telethon every December that is hosted out of Alexandria that no longer had a video carrier. Through partnerships in Alexandria, Gardenville deployed its Cell on Wheels and actually hauled that video stream, that encoded video stream, over the broadband network that was already running through our 4G system. The satellite van was deployed with the condition that no winter weather, please, because that could disrupt it. The masts are only so strong. If you have a blizzard going, it's not good. Sure enough, we had a winter storm right during the broadcast, and our technicians had a backup plan for that. The van, we lowered masts as needed. Still deployed, carried the video stream for 5 hours, uninterrupted, and the telethon reached its goal of well over $100,000 through the TV broadcast. It's an excellent example of deploying a real-time streaming type service over a broadband network that didn't even exist 3 years ago. It's amazing.
That we have what I would call a national call center. I'm not going to mention any names, but we have a national call center, and you can go on TV, and if you watch on TV, that call center is one of those that offer gold coins and whatnot you can call in. That's the type that we have 34 people working there. They're talking about expanding again, and that's just a couple blocks away. And they look at us not only from the internet side, what it offers them, but our expertise as a telephone company. The employees I have are very, very good. I can't say or speak highly enough about them. I've got very good employees, and it's to the point now where that national company calls us if they have a problem.
We were approached by down in Browns Valley, Minnesota. They were trying to do a recognition of a veteran down there, and it was attended in such large numbers that the site that they had chosen in order to do that was not large enough. and they came to us like 2 days before this was going to happen, and because it received national attention, so they were getting all this traffic into a community of 200-300 people. And they asked us if there was a way to remotely set up the school gymnasium to be able to carry the overflow and then be able to broadcast that into that area. And thanks to the staff, we were able to pull that off in 2 days and make that seamless for them, so that that big national event for that town of 300, 500 people had all the technology that you would have had sitting in downtown Minneapolis.
We have one individual in town, and again, I don't want to say names, but they're one of the highest national salespeople in the nation, because she web hosts here, she does all her sales here. She can come into Cross Lake and offer anybody anywhere the benefits of her company, and they use that.
That product, two-way radio, is as big as it's ever been. Cellular service isn't designed to be the end-all communications tool during critical situations, meaning weather events or civil emergencies. Ag as well is needing real-time communications. If you're moving seed from one piece of equipment to a semi that's driving next to you, you're not going to grab your cell phone and dial that number. You're going to push a microphone and talk. We've been capitalizing on that, but we've seen ag now is a dairy in Minnesota connected to a feedlot in South Dakota, connected to open range in Nebraska. And the rancher to the feedlot manager to the dairy producer talk real time, push to talk from their pickups while they're driving around their land. And we connect those towers together over broadband.
New Ulm and a lot of the areas that we serve, a lot of the communities, approximately 15 communities that we serve, are ag-based. And we do have some nice industries, but we still come back. In New Ulm, we have a butter plant, we have a craft which does cheese processing, and so we do have a very ag-based community. Without the broadband services, it would almost be impossible to have some of those facilities here in New Ulm, in the surrounding areas, as well as farmers are now more global as far as their hedging and selling crops out ahead, trying to figure out new crops, new seeds, those type of things. It always amazes me of the farmers that visit with me and what they're finding online and how they are actually marketing their products out to the world.